Well, thanks again for joining us. I'm Marlin Bohling, the tour guide to your ag commodities, and let's take a look at what's going on in our ag trade so far today. This is the eve of the WASDE reports. Remember, they'll be coming out tomorrow at mid-session. They'll be out at noon Eastern Time and 11 o'clock Central Time. We'll have full coverage right here. So we look forward to that. In the meantime, the market taking back a little of what it has gained recently. March corn down 2 3/4 cents. We're at 632.5. And December new crop corn just a half cent lower at 580.5 per bushel. Things kind of quieting down a little bit. Now this morning, USDA said we sold more soybeans to China and unknown destinations, almost 500,000 tons again. But yet the soybeans are backing up today. And you have the March contract down 9 cents at 15.72 3/4. And we have September down 6 3/4 cents right now. Meanwhile, your new crop November contract, it's currently trading at 14.10 3/4, and that would be down 5 1/4 cents. On the March wheat in Chicago this morning, we have it trading at 7.70 per bushel. Now, oddly enough, that's a penny and a quarter higher. All the other months are a little lower. You go to July, and we're down a penny and a half right now. In the Kansas City market, March is down 1 3/4. We're at 7.90 per bushel, off of its earlier low of 7.77 1/4. So keep that in mind. It is off of that by about 13 cents. And on July, we're now 1 3/4 cents lower. Okay, let's move on to spring wheat. These quotes provided by bar chart show March 14 3/4 higher. Yes, you heard correctly, 14 3/4 higher at 9.36, now 9.35 1/4. And that's off of its earlier low here by 26 cents, I believe, if I'm doing the math correctly in my head here. So a big time move there. We have July now 12.5 higher. And for those of you keeping tabs on the cotton market, you have March now 21 points lower. It's at 125.36 per pound, and December new crop down 28 points at 104.15 per pound. Ben Hushon is with the mill. He's in Whitehall, Maryland, and he joins us this week for an update on the Mid-Atlantic region. Ben, good to hear from you again. What's the latest activities around farm country there in the Mid-Atlantic?
Good morning, Marlin. Well, we continue to have a real winter. Kind of began right after New Year's. We keep having some really cold nights. Frost started to come out of the ground. We had 2 days of rain. Went out, tried to pull a couple soil samples. One of the fellows yesterday, and still a little bit of frost in the ground. We got 50-degree temperatures coming, but probably the biggest thing, Marlin, farmers are really anxious to stop talking about farming and actually get started to farm. Of course, their big thing they're looking at would be their wheat crop. Our friends at Mom Pa Farms confirmed with me this morning you can still, in this area, July 22 wheat get 766. So with that kind of number, they're getting to that point now where they're really starting to eye up and ask the agronomist to come out and look and help decide when are they going to get started and what the plan is.
Ben, I don't know if you took these pictures today or yesterday, but that wheat looks like it has pretty good cover there.
It really does. I didn't number them, but a couple of those pictures, that was late planted wheat. I remember sending an example of it in December as wheat that you're really going to want to look at. In the old days, which means 10 years ago, we always based our split applications of nitrogen on wheat in this region based on what the fall tillers are like. That the experts tell us 70% of your wheat yield comes from fall tillers, but you can help compensate if you get planted late or the wheat doesn't take off like you want to through the winter by getting a really early shot of nitrogen on. But as I walked into that one field this morning, I could not believe how much that wheat had grown. Again, we had a warm December, but we did not have a warm January. But it really looks good. Looks like lots to work with out there. It's a great start for the wheat crop in this area.
Absolutely. Well, I love seeing that. That's not the case everywhere, that's for sure this year. So it could be a valuable commodity. All the best to you and all the folks around that area there. Thanks for the update, Ben. Ben Hushon of the Mill in Whitehall, Maryland. We'll come back in just a moment and we'll take a look at our livestock trade here on a Tuesday right after this.